Hi everyone, welcome to this week's drone video. We're going to be talking about the Part 107 Commercial Pilot License Test. And I wanted to talk about my experience as well as the resources that I used in order to pass. So I passed it with a 90 and I used several different resources in order for me to get there. One of the resources is this test prep book that I bought off of Amazon. I'll link it down below, but I believe it was about $15. And I also bought the Remote Pilot 101 online course back in January, as well as use some free online YouTube videos. Back in January, I had a goal of taking this test as well as passing. I actually didn't start studying for this until April 17th of this year, and I actually scheduled my test for May 12th of this year. So my studying was about 1 month total, but I actually did start studying a little bit back in January. Back in January, even though I did have the Remote Pilot 101 course, I didn't start using it yet until actually April. So in January, I did use Tony Northrup's online video that is linked down below. And I kind of went through it and just took notes. It's about an hour and a half long. After that, I kind of just stopped studying because life got in the way, and I started to come back to it back in April when it started to get nice here in New York. So I started studying using the Remote Pilot 101 course and started watching all of the videos. And during that, I also used the test prep book to drill in the knowledge. So here is my thing with all of the different resources that are available. Yes, all of the materials are free for you online through the FAA website. However, I personally found it too boring for me to sit there and go through all of the material by myself. And I like these online videos like Tony as well as Remote Pilot 101 because it was broken down for me into small little sections or videos for me to be able to actually pay attention to. Even this test prep book, it was very boring for me, and it's not like a thick book or anything like that, but the information is very, very dry. If you have a hard time reading through the material, I highly recommend an online video course. It doesn't have to be paid. It doesn't have to be Remote Pilot 101. It could be another online resource. It could be some free videos that are online already, like Tony's. And the only thing I want to mention with free videos or ones that you'll find on YouTube is make sure that the video is from a reliable source. There are a lot of people who will just upload information, and it could be incorrect information, or the way that they explain why the answer is correct is actually wrong. So I highly recommend making sure that you do your research and make sure that online videos are right for you. For example, Tony's video is great for very high level information. However, I did not find that he explained why certain questions were correct. He also kind of glossed over things like METARs and sectional charts, and that is a huge part of your exam. So do use his video, but don't have it be your only source of information, especially for METARs and sectional charts. I enjoyed using Remote Pilot 101 because sectional charts and METARs, as I mentioned before, are a huge part of your exam, and it's very important for you to understand how to read them as well as how to decipher what's in the chart and the string of text. So using Remote Pilot 101, I was able to have the information drilled into my head, and it actually became the easiest part of the test for me. So like I said, just make sure that when you look for your resources, even if you don't want to pay for it, that you make sure that you are finding the information that is, one, correct, and two, explains things in a manner that your brain will just absorb all of the information. For this test prep book, I highly recommend it as a supplement. There are people, yes, who use this and pass with no problems, but I didn't find it to have all of the information that was on my test. My test was mainly section charts and how to read them, and the book has explanations on airspace and also METARs and sectional charts, but it was not on the level of what my test was expecting me to answer. And I highly recommend Remote Pilot 101 or other courses like that that have huge sections on sectional charts as well as METARs. What I did like about Remote Pilot 101 is that they actually update their course as they go based off of information that they receive from paid users like me, as well as other people who have taken and passed this course. So I can actually go back and tell them, I got this question that your course did not cover, and they will create a section to cover that information in order for other people who are taking the test in the future to be able to be more prepared for that. That's why I enjoy using an online video course like I did. So this was a very quick video on just my thoughts, how I studied. And if you're here because you want to pass the Part 107 test, I just want to say that the test isn't hard. It's just a lot of information that you have to remember. And if you are able to memorize things very quickly, the studying isn't going to be too bad for you. You just have to sit there and just remember, and if you test well, you should do pretty okay. If you want to understand and be more knowledgeable on just the FAA as well as becoming a pilot, and I highly recommend you finding something that explains why certain answers are correct, like I mentioned before. If you don't care about that, just use videos that will just tell you what the answers are. But I'm a person that likes to know and understand why certain things happen or certain answers are correct. So I know that's very high level, but there are a lot of videos that will just say the answer is A, okay, and then they'll move on to the next question and don't tell you why the answer is A. That's a problem because FAA could change their questions up to be more scenario based, and if you don't understand the scenario, if you don't understand the explanation, you won't be able to get the right answer. So if you are here to take the test, I wish you good luck, and I hope that this video was able to help you sway you towards one type of studying over another. I personally preferred to use online courses as well as reading material to supplement everything that I was learning on my own. So I did not just use online video course, I did not just use reading materials. So if you're someone like me, you can do exactly what I did. If you just need videos, just do videos. If you want to only just use the free materials, go ahead. But no matter what you use, just make sure that it is the correct information. And that is the most important thing anyway. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.